Good morning, students. In the subject Information Management System, here I'm taking the topic System Designing Models under the concept of systems and types of system, which we have already discussed in our first unit. Under SDLC, System Designing Models, we will be discussing SDLC model. First of all, I will introduce you with the content to be taken over here. Introduction to the system design, types of system designing models, SDLC, prototyping, spiral methods, and user development. System design is the process of defining elements of a system like modules, architecture, components, and their interfaces and data for a system based on the specific requirement. Types of system designing models and to be discussed here are SDLC, which is also known as System Development Lifecycle. Second is prototyping. Third is spiral methods. And fourth one, end user development. Now we will be discussing one by one with all the system design models. First one is software development lifecycle. SDLC is a framework that describes the activities performed at each stage of a software development project. SDLC process is used by the software industries to design, develop, and test high-quality softwares. It aims to produce the quality software that meets or exceeds customer expectations, reaches completion with the time and budget. You can see here in the next slide the SDLC phase life cycle phases and models. Here, requirement gathering and analysis, design, development phase, testing, and last one is deploy and maintenance. So we go with the system development life cycle steps by gathering and analyzing the requirements, then designing it, then developing it, testing it, and then deployment and maintenance. To help understand and implement SDLC phases, various SDLC models have been created by software development experts, universities, and standard organizations. First one is waterfall model, second iterative model, third spiral model or agile model, fourth is visual model, and fifth is Big Bang model. Reasons for using SDLC models: provides the base for project planning, because it is not only connected with the software development side and coding, but each and every management projects also have system development life cycle, which provides the base for project planning, estimating, and scheduling, provides framework for standard set of terminologies, activities, and deliverables, provides mechanism for project tracking and control, increases visibility of project progresses to all stakeholders. Advantages of choosing an appropriate SDLC: increased development speed, increased product quality, improved tracking and control, improved client relations, decreased project risk, and decreased project management overhead. Disadvantages of SDLC: difficult to manage, difficult to manage. Why? Because each and every subsection should be coordinated and communicated as per the stipulated time. Constant management is required. Bad choice for the small projects. Risk analysis requires involvement of the highly qualified specialists. The risk may not be completely determined even at the final stage of the project. Second type of system design model is prototyping. Coming down to the prototype model suggests that before carrying out the development of the actual software, a working prototype of the system should be built. A prototype is a toy implementation of the system. Prototype is an iconic model, okay, which the icon displays the inner sense inner essence of the project. Prototype is a working model of software with some functionality. Prototyping is used to allow the users evaluate the developer proposals and try them out before implementation. Here you can have a look onto the prototype model. First of all, requirement analysis. What are the requirement analysis? We will collect and gather, quick design, refine requirements according to the customer's suggestions. Always at each and every step, we should have the feedback from the client. So after getting the requirement analysis and quick designing it, we refine it as per the customer's suggestion. Then move on to build prototype. Build prototype, customer evaluation of the prototype. Again, refine, and this is a loop here. After customer evaluation of the prototype, design it. Design it, develop it, implement, test, and maintain. This is the model of the prototype. Need of the prototype model. Prototype provides a method to examine design problems and evaluating solutions. Prototypes are not self-explanatory. Clarifying what aspects of a prototype corresponds to the eventual artifact and what don't is a key part of a successful prototyping. The development of the prototype is expensive, but is a good model because it satisfies all the requirements of the customers. Coming down to the advantage of the prototype model, it provides a working model to the user early in the process, enabling early assessment and increasing the user confidence. It helps in reducing the risk associated. Developer gains the experience and insight by developing a prototype. Prototyping model serves to clarify requirements which are not clear, hence ambiguity, and improving communication between developer and user. Disadvantages of the prototype model. If the user is not satisfied with the developed prototype, then a new prototype is to be developed. This process goes on until a perfect prototype evolves. The developer loses focus of the real purpose of the prototype and compromises on the quality of product. For example, he or she may apply some of the inefficient algorithms or inappropriate programming languages used in developing the prototype. Third model is the spiral model. Spiral method. Spiral model combines the idea of iterative development with the systematic, controlled aspects of the waterfall model. This spiral model is a combination of iterative development process model and sequential linear development model. That is the waterfall model in SDLC with a very high emphasis on risk analysis. It allows incremental releases of the product. Spiral model design. Spiral model has 4 phases: identification, design, develop or construct, evaluation, and risk analysis. Identification phase starts with gathering the business requirements in the baseline spiral. In the subsequent spirals, as the product matures, identification of the system requirements and unit requirements are all done in this phase. Design phase starts with the conceptual design in the baseline spiral and involves architectural design, logical design of the modules. Construct phase refers to the production of the actual software product at the every spiral. Evaluation analysis includes identifying, estimating, and monitoring the technical feasibility and management risks, such as schedule slippage and cost overrun. Uses of a spiral model when there is a budget constraint and risk evaluation is important for medium to high risk projects. Long-term project commitment because of potential changes to economic priorities as the requirements change with time. Customer is not sure of their requirements, which is usually the case. Requirements are complex and need evaluation to get clarity. Significant changes are expected in the product during development cycle. Last but not the least of the system design models and user development. In information technology, the term end user is used to distinguish the person for whom a hardware or software product is designed. The end part of the term probably derives from the fact that most information technologies involve a chain of interconnected product components at the end of which is the user. Definition here, end user development or end user programming refers to activities and tools that allow end users, people who are not professional software developers, to program computers. End user development may also refer to the creation of the user generated content, such as annotations, which may be or not computationally iterable. Here is the diagrammatic representation. End user development cycle. Identify the basic requirements, build basic prototype, users review of prototype, refine and enhance the prototype, or repeat these steps until the prototype is complete and becomes the final subsystem. Then implementation, support, and again investigation. Is it clear, the diagrammatic representation? Then coming down to the advantages of end users. Development encourages active user participation, improves our requirements determinations, strengthens user sense of ownership, increases speeds of systems development. Disadvantage, inadequate expertise leads to underdeveloped systems. Lack of organizational focus creates privatized system. Insufficient analysis, lack of documentation leads to its being short-lived. Here we complete our SDLC, that is system design models, and of Unit 2, Organization and Information System Design. Thank you. We will be continuing with our information concepts in Unit 3 in the next video.